Okay, this is the second part of my tutorial about how to play Warmachine and Hordes online using Roll20.net. Roll20.net is an generic RPG player, so it's not really set up for war games or Warmachine specifically, but does have a bunch of tools that I think make it so that with a little bit of legwork, it can work and be pretty cool. So what I want to show in this episode is how to make some tokens to represent your models in the game. And the key here is that, as you can see with these two models, they're cropped into circles. Um, so in order to represent the different bases of your models, having them in circles works really well so that you can, when you're moving them around, they represent the right size. So, but that's not a trivial thing to do, so I just wanted to do a little demo of how you can take an image and turn it into one of these model tokens for the game. So for the cropping part, I'm going to suggest the site called Pixlr. The spelling is right here, .com/editor. And then you can use this, you can grab um, excuse me, a picture from your um, computer. This is a photo that I took of one of my models. Just an unofficial suggestion, you can also use a screenshot of one of the cards from War Room, and that looks super cool. I think that's the coolest way, but I'm not going to demonstrate how to do that in this video. Um, so, so okay, in order to do this, I was just picking out the selection tool, but before I do that, I need to do a little setup. So so what we're going to do is use layers to create a transparent layer underneath, and then crop out the part of the image that we want to save, and then the bottom of it will be transparent. So to do that, you need to double click there to unlock. Click this page icon to add a new layer, and we want the layer to be underneath, so we drag it down, and then we reselect our opaque layer that we're going to work with. So here I've selected, this is the select tool. I'm selecting the circle option. I select in here the constraint of aspect ratio and then 1:1. So that's going to make it so that we get a perfect circle rather than having it drawing an ellipse and trying to make it look like a circle. So here I'm just going to grab the part of the image that I want to use. My suggestion is that for larger base sizes, you use a more zoomed out view, and for smaller base sizes, you use something more zoomed in. You can see that in action over here, where with the Adjudicator, I took kind of a big chunk of it, and with Severius, I just took a shot of his face. I think that works better because that way it makes them more easily identifiable by the picture. If you use a zoomed out version on a small base, then I think it's really hard to see the detail. Um, okay, so now I have my selection. This is what I'm going to use for my token. The key here is that I'm going to use this tool called Add Layer Mask. So when I click that, it crops out all of my photo outside of my selection. Now I want to crop the image down to be the same size as my selection, and I lost my selection there, so I'm actually going to use the undo Control Z to get my selection back, and then I'll enter image, I'll select crop. So now I have my image down to the right size. This photo is still higher resolution than I need, so I'm going to crop or rescale it down to be the right size for the game. So the Roll20 is at the scale of 70 pixels per inch. So if you do some math of what a 50 millimeter base would be, it ends up being 138 pixels, so just a little bit less than 2 inches. So I'm going to resize it down to that. I'll have to zoom in so I can see again. Wow, that was really zoomed. Okay, so now this is what my token is going to be. I could be done here, but there's a couple of little minor things you can do that I think make it look a little bit better. One of them is I'm just going to add some text here of the name of the model, so that makes it really easy to identify. Did that work? Let's see what I typed. Let's try that one more time. Okay, now we got it going. And I'm just going to use white. I just pick a color that has good contrast with your background. So that part there. And then another thing that you can do that just helps a little bit is drawing in some arc markers. So here, I'm not trying to be super precise, but I'm just trying to give the idea that so because this is not really a model, doesn't have obvious shoulders. This way, I just have some kind of idea of where his back arc starts and which way he's oriented. Sometimes I like to add a third one here for the front, just to show this is where he faces if he charges something, or if it's a huge base, the left and right arc, etc. So okay, so this is another cool thing. If you're artistically inclined, you can add a border around it, and I think that's really cool for maybe indicating the faction if you pick a good color, and also for just kind of cleanly defining where the edge of your model is. It's not super easy to do it and then have it look good in this tool, so I'm not doing it. But if you're artistically inclined, you should go for it. So now that I have my token set up, I'm gonna save it. Important step here is that you need to select PNG because the transparency in the background won't work if you use JPEG format. So I am going to save it like that. So have another example, so I'm gonna save over it. Okay, so now I saved my token. I'm gonna flip back over to my game board here. I'm gonna go over to my computer where I saved it and drag it in. So because I selected the right size already, this thing will be scaled to the right base size. If you bring it in and it's scaled to the wrong size, you can fix that by just right-clicking, going to Advanced, and Set Dimensions. And here you can enter in the pixel size. Again, for a large base, it's going to be 138 by 138. And maybe I can add the dimensions for the other base sizes in the notes for the video. So that's it. This is how you make the tokens. So you can just repeat that process for the models that you're going to play with in the game. It's not this hopefully is kind of a one-time process. They have an image library in this game, so if you click over to this tab, you can search and find the things that you've previously uploaded. So if you create a token, upload it. Now it's in your library, and you can just drag it onto the playfield. You might have to resize it. I noticed that when I grab things out of my library, they tended to be resized wrong. So again, Advanced, Set Dimensions, and then give the right dimensions for it. Yeah, so that's step 2 of this DIY Warmachine Online, making your own tokens. Thank you.